And welcome to a Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
On the fourth night of Kwanzaa, Ujamaa, we celebrate cooperative economics. These candles show us the heat and the sun and the energy and the power of cooperative economics. This is something that we truly need in the African American community, so infusing it during the time of Kwanzaa is the perfect ceremony to move us into 365 days of celebrating and acting upon this. Ujamaa, cooperative economics. Let's pour a libation to that. Neter itayim was keferong. Cooperative economics, we call forth that which is what the ancestors call cowrie shells, the gold and the riches of our ancestors, all the lands that we've owned, all the lands in Mali and all of the richest African nations. We call forth that wisdom. We call forth that power. We call forth that know-how. We call forth the gathering of our economics, the cooperation, the innovation, the intelligence, the creativity. Asheo, we call it into this year. Ashe. Ashe is a word that means power. And when we finish our ceremonies in the African cultural context, we say, Ashe. It means power. Let's light the candle of Ujamaa. It's red, of course, and it's over here. We're going to light this candle and call forth that principle and that power. Ujamaa, cooperative economics, into the next year. Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
We just lit candles with Kenya Stevens and gave praises. And now, if you will, at home, stand up and get ready to sing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, sung by Lita Lyric Jones.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
hope you're enjoying the program. My name is Nets Milan, and this is a Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
So my name is Daniel, and we're coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina. And I come to you today to talk about a special principle of Kwanzaa, and that is cooperative economics, also known as Ujamaa. Ujamaa is so important because Ujamaa helps to really to make the world go around. When we think about when people are making money together and moving that money together, they can make things happen. We don't always need money to make things happen, but money can make things happen sometimes quicker, or it helps people to have a little bit more enthusiasm about what they're doing. And I know we have like different stigmas about money. We feel different ways about money, and some ways good, bad, negative, positive, whatever. In the end, really money is energy, and the average person around the world uses money for something. I mean, who knows how many times a day? For each person, we're using money. So, how can we prioritize really getting money together? How can we begin to collaborate in such a way that we're able to work as a team, that we're able to treasure one another's talents and strengths, that we're able to encourage one another, even in friendly competition, but never in negative competition? How can we make sure that we're moving this money together, or even if we see somebody else moving money, that we're unaffected in our emotions by that. We're able to let somebody else go and be successful while we're also being successful. And if we choose to collaborate, then we collaborate in a smart way that makes that money work, and hopefully makes that money work for the community. So when we look all around the world, so when we look at some of the most impoverished places, a lot of times those are going to be where people of color are occupying those places all around the world. And when I think about black people, I think about the United States, but also just like all around the world, there are black people, there are people of color. Black and brown people are all around the world. And in different places, people make their money move in different ways. But in the United States, what are we going to do? What are we going to do right here? And for anybody that's listening, what are you going to do to move money cooperatively with your community, with your family, with your friend, with people that you care about? Something special about cooperative economics is that hopefully it will help you all to make money more easily together than alone. And I have some special words to support you while you're doing it. So Ujamaa, cooperative economics. So Ujamaa, we're building, learning, making moves in these streets. Entrepreneurial, speaking words out loud with no beat, except the beat in my heart. And my heart's not alone. We're a community, we're smart, so let's get this done. We're community, let's get it, let's do this. That money, we got it, let's prove it, let's move this. That banking, we make it. So now, let's keep it. Let's save it. We reap it. We're sowing those seeds. Cooperative economics, together we need it. Build up those values. Let's talk. Yeah, let's work it. Forgive our mistakes. Yeah, we're teaming up together. We learn this. Creation, cooperation. That's better. We're so hot. We're making this bread. Let's keep on using our heads. But remember our hearts. They can bring light from the dark. And this is Ujamaa, we need that. So your mama, your daddy, and friends, your family, your partners, collab and begin. Cooperative economics could change the world. How will we do it? We're already doing it. And we can do it better. So this is the thing. What are you going to do to invest in yourself? Okay? What could you also invest in the people around you and in your environment to better your environment, to better your friends and your family and the people around you? Because as they get better, you being a part of their circle, you're getting better, everybody's improving. This is a mission that, this is not a new thing. This is something that people have been working on for a long time. And staying true to those values that brings a group of people together can help move those economics. And thank you for listening. My name is Daniel Suber, and this has been Kwanzaa 365, and that's a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice. Let's do it.
I hope you're enjoying yourself there at home. I know we're enjoying ourselves here. And so now, let's take a moment with the Elder Alexander Ravenel.
Good day. My name is Alexander Ravenel II. We are celebrating Kwanzaa 365, which is a 7-day celebration for year-round practice. Today we are celebrating the principle cooperative economics, which is to build and maintain businesses and profit from them together as a community. If you are in one accord, spiritually determined, and have decided upon a modality with which to accomplish your goals and purpose, that in itself creates it and has created it in the universal subconscious, you might call it mind, and all you have to do is the necessary work as they present themselves to you and utilize the very talents as you find them among you to effectually manifest the things that you desire. Because as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us years ago, he said, when a people cry out for something, God causes to be born an individual who will answer the cry of that people. That's why it's so important to have that sense of unity within oneself, because if you are defining your experience on the basis of the things that manifest on the outside of you, you can very easily and more often than not turn away your blessing and keep begging and moaning and groaning and wanting to know, why hasn't God, the universe, answered your prayer? Well, the prayer was answered. Well, first a car came by when there was news that a flood was coming, and you rejected it. A boat came by, and you rejected it. And a helicopter, because now you find yourself on the roof of a building, comes by, and yet you're waiting for deliverance, and 3 times you rejected it. So, as it regards to build and maintain business for the profit, and to profit for them from together as a community, I want to share something with you from Ben Ami Ben Israel book, An Imitation of Life. And this is just for the purpose of doing some introspection. And of course, in order to come to a solution and to formulate a plan, there's got to be some introspection with regard to what may perhaps be hindering you, or what is within you that can propel you or utilize the talents of those around you in order to effect the things that you desire as a community, as a people, as an individual. Here's what he says. He says, in today's confusion, each of us remain free to consult his or her own deity. Any of the 10,000s that are acknowledged, praying that God will be merciful as we condense it down to no more than 1,000 different formulas. Why have we allowed ourselves to find self-satisfaction and deception? That is not to face those improvement opportunities that are set before you in order to achieve the things that you want. Because as our forefathers was only about 2 months away from the promised land, it took them 400 years to get there, because individually and collectively they were not together. And this is all that he's saying. And continuing, he says, because we have tried to separate theology from sociology, day by day living when all the while spirituality determines methodology. That means you have to have come to that unity within yourself, or to establish a relationship with whatever deity you decide you want to believe in. Because if your deity is love and my deity is love, then we have the formulation for moving forward. So he goes on to say, so the issue of God that we thought was on the back burner is sitting at the head of our table, dictating our formula. Until we acknowledge this, we continue to conceal Satan in the minds of men disguised as a god, and the deadly source of our past wrong formulas. I thus seize the initiative once again, reminding you that it is written, seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Which if you want to find out where the practice, the principles, that which is necessary with regard to establishing a practicum respective to this kingdom, you can look at the book entitled the Bible, taking religion away from it, at Psalms 15. It gives you the exact, very easy to follow formula, one that you can practice before those who perhaps may not know, and one that is available for everyone to do, so that this ideal that you strive for as an individual, and my God, what can you do collectively if you come and work together? Cooperative economics. You need $2, but you only got one, and I've got two, then I got it for you. It was given to me for you. In fact, that was one of my things years ago as God was blessing me for money, with money. I came into the presence of people who had a need, and as far as I was concerned, God had given it to me for them. And they got it. And guess what? It just came right back. It just never fails. So you have that responsibility, and that opportunity is given you. Here's something else that Ben-Ami says that I think is very interesting with regard to economics. He said, to succeed in this epic struggle against well-entrenched darkness, that is satanic influence, we must have Yah, as he refers to God, on our side, which means we must be in a state of enlightenment, where there is no darkness, where anyone or anything might be harmed. We must come to see that there is nothing made that was not made by consciousness. And since life is consciousness, and you've been given dominion over it, then no one should be able to decide for you what your right or your wrong is, because when you're dealing with the principles relative to what we know universally as love, no one is ever harmed. And those who appear to be so initially will come to recognize that love had prevailed. Because while we are in a state of becoming that which we are conscious of being, we are not always all-knowing as the Creator is. But if we can take this moment to sow the things that we want to reap, then we will bring about that collectivity that is necessary to unify our resources, so that that which one cannot afford, all can have. There's a story I'm reminded of as I talk to you regarding a community of people, none of whom had a vacuum, and none of whom had a lawnmower, and none of whom had a tractor. So what they did, they bought one vacuum, one lawnmower, one tractor. Rather than everyone buying the same thing, they all used it. Can you imagine the savings that comes from that? And the relationship that is built from those things? So take a look at yourself and see what you've been blessed with. And take a look at your neighbor as they come across your path. If there is anything that you've been endowed with that can be a blessing with them, by all means, share it. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your presence. This is Kwanzaa 365, 7-day celebration for year-round practice. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Kwanzaa is a joyous time of year, and to celebrate that, we are going to have a musical rendition from one of my favorite artists. Enjoy.
Spaceman Jones. Motherships. Used to want an S-Class Benz, but life gave me health and good friends. Yeah, there's a million ways to win if you're comfortable in your skin. Living ain't no sin. Get in the wind at your own pace. You ain't gotta chase, run your own race. Hustle straight, brother, fill your plate. One life, you better make it great. Once upon a time there was this kid who wanted to rhyme, so he took what he had and secretly began to shine. He was something similar to a star in distant space. No one had ever seen him twinkle, still got a smile on his face. If I ever get a taste, a piece of fortune plus fame, I'ma need a bit of help to not get swallowed by the game. Many came with good intentions, but they paid the road to hell to having big old piles of money. Measure up to doing well, I can't tell. Read the paper, some be rich and miserable. Guess my state of mind is something that could be more pivotal. Here we go back to the rapping. Move the crowd and keep them clapping. I can entertain the world and still inform them about what's happening, yeah. Now that's a novel idea. Package my truth in something spiffy that they might wanna hear. Maybe some smiles will appear. I'm out here sharing what's dear, till my heart become clear. I'ma be right here. I used to want an S-Class Benz, but life gave me health and good friends. Yeah, there's a million ways to win if you're comfortable in your skin. Living ain't no sin. Get in the wind at your own pace. You ain't gotta chase, run your own race. Hustle straight, brother, fill your plate. One life, you better make it. Y'all out here fighting for the crown, I'm in a battle with my life. I was born to be the light that illuminate the night. Insight being sharpened like the blade of a knife. Cutting through delusion, proving truth each time that I slice. Yeah. Now come hell or high water, I'ma make my life one tough act to follow. As long as I keep my pride firmly swallowed, I can fight the right way. Word to cuss the motto. Yeah. See, I've been back and forth with it for a minute. I believe my only mission was to get it till my life got crashed. Tear in, chopper quit it. I admit it, I wasn't real with it now. Yeah. See, now I got a higher calling. I needed something more in my life than just ballin'. Yeah, so now I'm all in with y'all then. You got a helping hand if you ever fall, friend. I used to want an S-Class Benz, but life gave me health and good friends. Yeah, there's a million ways to win if you're comfortable in your skin. Living ain't no sin. Get in the wind at your own pace. You ain't gotta chase, run your own race. Hustle straight, brother, fill your plate. One life, you gotta make it great. I used to want an S-Class Benz, but life gave me health and good friends. Yeah, there's a million ways to win if you're comfortable in your skin. Living ain't no sin. Get in the wind at your own pace. You ain't gotta chase, run your own race. Hustle straight, nigga, fill your plate. One life, you better make it great. You know, sometimes when I wake up, I still feel like I'm dreaming. Some people live their whole life that way. Spaceman. Yeah. Forever hoping, open my day smoking, offer some magic words for those who stay close in. Make the day's plans on how to prove dope. Let it rise on the double, feed the kinfolks. Yeah, but I gotta watch my carbs. Greed is diabetes in your soul, who's in charge? When you gotta do stuff you don't wanna do, and you can't afford the things you really wanna do. Yeah, we work hard, but we have less. Saying God bless, dying with our next breath. Enough respect for those who face death, cause they F is qualified them for a decent check. Yeah, but they still gotta get it. Bootstrap policies only help the richest. Yeah, but Beware of a free lunch, eating out the hand next to the munch. Whoa, less you like giving. Jobs life can get hard when the life is in your bank card. Yeah, either way, no judgment. Peace and love with unlimited budget. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for the world. And kill them boys, flying drones, bombing little girls. We gon' catch them and we kick them till they curl up. I'ma scratch till a brother pull nails up. Yeah, sip my cup to the dregs, nod my head, more prayers to the dead. I'm protected by dead drums and victims of bloodshed. Remember what was said, then I rise with the living. Keeping what I take, what is earned, what is given. Off a little healing like a shot of penicillin. May we all make a killing, God willing. May we all make a killing, God willing. Spaceman. May we all make a killing, God willing. 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 Spaceman.
I always wondered how the future and the present stands on the shoulders of the past, and how a call to action can stimulate a crowd into doing something more than they thought was able to be done. So right now, we are going to join Michael Hayes as he presents a past, present, future call to action.
My name is Michael Hayes, and I'm the Executive Director of the Ujamaa Health, Wellness, and Justice Collective, where our motto is creating community through connection and culture. We're here at the ymiculturalcenter in beautiful downtown Asheville, North Carolina. The ymiculturalcenter is the oldest historically black institution in the United States. We are celebrating Kwanzaa, and we are going over the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, because this actually is a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice, meaning we want you to practice these principles throughout the year. Now, if you missed us the last 3 days, I want to go over what we've gone over. The first principle is Ujamaa. Ujamaa means unity. Our second principle is Kuti Chakalina, which is self-determination. And our third principle is Ujamaa, which is collective work and responsibility. The principle that we'll be discussing today is Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics, and that is to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. Of course we know when we talk about history and we talk about Ujamaa, we know that in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was a certain place called Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street had all businesses that were black on this particular plot of land, and they were very successful at serving their community, but also successful at helping each other to build their certain businesses. Of course, we know what happened. Well, in case you don't know what happened with Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they were attacked, burned, and those businesses stopped thriving. But Tulsa, Oklahoma is not the only place where this happened. This has happened in Wilmington, North Carolina. And this has actually happened right here in the neighborhood where the YMI resides. The YMI resides on a plot of land that is called Eagle and Market Street. Eagle and Market Street used to be a thriving business hub for the black community. There were barbershops, there were pharmacies, there were restaurants, there were clubs, there were clothing stores, there were tailors, there were doctors, there were offices, there were businessmen, there were architects, there were all kinds of businesses that were thriving right here on Eagle Market Street, all the way up until the 90s. Even during that time, there was still some thriving businesses here. There was a club across the street, there was a cab stand down the street, there were businesses here that were thriving. Urban removal stopped that from happening, but when we talk about urban removal and we're talking about cooperative economics, what the city said was that we could do something better and something different with that business district. And businesses started getting sold, or people were getting put out of those businesses. But as we look at this today, cooperative economics, we understand, will be the best way and one of the only ways that we can really thrive. Cooperative economics is us building and maintaining our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together, collectively. Ujamaa. Even though we're sitting here right now at the ymiculturalcenter in Asheville, North Carolina, which was built in 1892, It stands in the same place that it has always stood, but the surrounding area has changed. There are thriving businesses that are owned by everyone else but the community that it was built to serve. But now we have an opportunity to take that back. We have a movement here in Asheville called Take Back the Block. There's movements all over the United States where people are buying black and they are investing in black businesses. And this is not to say that other business can't be there, but if the business doesn't serve the community, the black community, the business, the community that was meant to serve, then we need to rethink that. So right now, cooperative economics is us actually pooling our money together. There are a lot of co-ops that are existing right now that are making some power moves. There are some collectives that exist right now that are making power moves. Ujamaa, cooperative economics. What does that mean for us? That means us actually understanding that we have to put our dollars together right now. We have to understand that maybe someone is great at banking, maybe someone is great at finding real estate, maybe someone is great at building, maybe someone is great at maintaining once we build it, maybe someone is great at painting. But if we put our dollars and our mindsets together to start building for us and maintaining for us in a business sense, then we can accomplish more. And all of my call to actions will always be about the future. Our call to actions, yes, we can start developing now, but when we're talking generational wealth, when we're talking creating generational wealth, and we're talking pulling our dollars together, our mindset can't be like, okay, I want to get my money and my investment back tomorrow. We have to look further down the line. We have to look at what our young people, what our children, what our grandchildren, what our great-grandchildren, what are we going to leave them? So this is my call to action. This is what I challenge you to do today. For cooperative economics, I want you to start teaching your children, your grandchildren, your next-door neighbors, their children. I want you to start thinking about finances and teaching them what banking looks like. Start talking about what credit looks like. Start talking about what investments looks like. Start talking about what cooperative economics looks like. Start talking about what collaboration looks like, and let your children see you collaborating with someone else. Let the neighbors' children see you collaborating with their mothers and fathers on building something. You can start off with a garden. Build a garden and let them see you work their garden together so they can get an idea of what cooperative economics look like. Ujamaa. That's how we build for the next generation. That's how we build and create generational wealth. That's how we build economics that are going to be sustainable for our future. My name is Michael Hayes, and this is Kwanzaa. This is our 7-day celebration for a year-long practice. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Rakem Sekou with Capital Awareness and Kwanzaa 365. Hopefully you've enjoyed day 4 of our Kwanzaa celebration, Ujamaa, collective economics. Understand it's not just about working, but also focusing on resources, assets, and building our financial literacy and worth in our communities. I'd like to thank some of the people that made this project possible. Hamilton Media Design, Michael Hayes, Umoja Collective, Aaron Oliver, Social Media Director, Angela Clemens, LLC, Daniel Suber, and Kenya K. Stevens with the Progressive Love Academy.
Peace and blessings. Thank you again for tuning in to the 4th day of a Kwanzaa 365. Ujamaa, cooperative economics, meaning to work together, to buy from each other, and to support each other in all ways possible. I'd like to take this time to thank a few people who helped make this program possible. Dewana Little, the Executive Director of the ymiculturalcenter and the YMI Board of Directors. Kai Linzian. I also would like to thank Lita Lyric Jones, Elder Alexander Ravenel, Kevin Spears and Shinobi. I also would like to thank Theodore Filson, the YMI Building Manager, and Sonia Bruton, SB Catering.
Habari gani? Ujamaa. Ujamaa is cooperative economics. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. So this is very important, very key aspect of any community or nation or people in being able to have self-determination, or Kuji Chagalia. Blessed love. I am Ja Daniel. On behalf of Capital Awareness and Kwanzaa 365, I would like to wish you and your family and loved ones a happy and blessed Kwanzaa. I have a few people that I would like to give special thanks to. That is Virtuous, Denise Carter, Spaceman Jones, Jamar Woods, Brothers in Christ, and Tanya Plummer, the YMI Operations Manager. So at the end of every night of Kwanzaa, we have a ritual where we chant Harambe, and I need you guys to do it with me. Everybody who's watching at home, we need your participation. Reach as high as you can, and we're going to pull in energy from the universe, and we're going to chant Harambe 7 times. Harambe, 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 Harambe,